Barca are into the final of Super Cup after they beat Athletic Club 2-0. Gavi is back in the score sheet after over a year, and he looks to perform at high level again after ACL injury. Lamine came back after an injury and scored a goal. Now let's have a look at the game through tactical view on how Barca beat them.
In the absence of Olmo, Gavi started in his place, and he dropped the masterclass. Lamine Yamal was brought on from the start. That brought Rafinha back to the left, returning to the attacking trident of the first third of the season. The biggest surprise was Szczęsny starting over Pina. Rumors suggest Pina was benched because he arrived late to training. Szczęsny showed he's ready to step in whenever needed.
Bilbao started an aggressive high press in our half to start the first half, but we had several ways to successfully get around their pressing structure. Using the right side, where a fine combination between Gavi and Yamal shined out, was one of the greatest strategies.
Yamal or Lewandowski took advantage of the spaces in Bilbao's midfield created by Gavi's frequent wide movements by dropping deep to receive the ball from Count. Although it wasn't the only strategy, this was the most successful technique to fight their press.
Szczęsny holding the ball until Bilbao's striker had to leave Kubasi and press him was another way to free up Kubasi. This also closed the direct passing line to Kubasi, allowing Szczęsny to transfer the ball to Pedri, who would then pass it to Kubasi with ease.
Lewandowski dropped deep on the left to form a triangle with Balde and Pedri, which facilitated build-up and also dragged defenders to provide room for Rafinha, Yamal, and Gavi, all of whom were good at taking advantage of that space with their amazing movement.
We were able to progress the ball on the left side even without Louis because to Bold's dribbling and Pedri's creativity, as seen in the sequence of our first goal when Balde dragged to defenders to create space for Pedri, who immediately recognized it and took advantage of it.
Thus, by combining these strategies and fixes, we were able to regularly get around Bilbao's press. We relied heavily on overloads when the team broke their press and either attacked the space immediately or gained possession, forcing Bilbao to leave.
Overloading the left side in particular to attract defenders, then depending on Pedri or Inigo to quickly shift the ball to Lamine or Count on the right, who found plenty of room to take advantage of and generated a great deal of threat on the right side.
In addition to this outstanding offensive performance, we also applied intense pressure. Gavi's presence aided our pressing structure by relieving Yamal of the responsibility of pressing center-backs, since Gavi and Rafinha handled that task. Since a result, Bilbao was unable to hold the ball or make any effective attacks.
However, in the second half, everything changed. Barca really lowered their defensive block and lowered their pushing intensity. There were some obvious defensive improvements, such as better marking attackers on crosses and following midfield runners, instead of depending just on the offside trap, which is something.
Although we held up well and gave up few serious opportunities in the first half, certain concerns remained, especially the absence of coordination between Inigo and Balde in marking players like Inaki Williams, who regularly went from right to center and created some problems.
In the second half, Barca continued their aggressive offensive and high-pressing tactics. Flick's strategy appeared to be straightforward: put on a show in the first few minutes, score a second goal to seal the victory, then switch to a more secure and defensive strategy while resting important players who require it.
This strategy was successful since we were able to win the ball in risky situations several times thanks to the heavy press, including the play that resulted in our second goal. It also solved the previous problem of relying too much on Lewandowski dropping deep on the left.
Together with more positional flexibility between Pedri and Cosoto, we saw an increase of successful right-side combinations combining Gavi, Yamal, and Count. This change gave Pedri more room to direct play while confusing Bilbao's midfield.
We concentrated on holding onto the ball and managing the tempo when Bilbao players began to show symptoms of tiredness, which caused them to lower their press in several situations. When they pressed, on the other hand, we played more directly by using long balls, counters, and fast build-ups.
Since they left a lot more space, the directness worked better than in the first half, and we had many chances to end the game with a third goal. Unfortunately, the score remained the same due to subpar finishing, especially from Lewandowski and Rafinha. In order to sustain defensive intensity, the replacements added a new energy to the pressing game. Compared to Lewandowski, Ferran in particular shown a notable improvement in pressing. Given these advantages, the performance was far from excellent.
Defensive flaws remained even if the offside trap was used less frequently and was performed better. In this half, the ongoing problems between Inigo and Balde about who should mark Inaki Williams went unsolved, creating risky circumstances. Individual mistakes also placed us under needless strain, such as Rafinha and Frenkie losing possession in dangerous positions. We were fortunate not giving up due to Szczesny's calmness, fast decisions, and offside trap.
To conclude, this was a great game all around, maybe one of the most well-balanced tactical displays under Flick. He showed that he understood exactly when to play straight and when to focus on control, and when to press high and drop back. Using a number of tactics to beat the press and launch attacks, the squad successfully switched between marking players directly and depending on the offside trap, putting up a flexible and well-rounded performance.
There's going to be a cracking final on Sunday as we are going to play Real Madrid. As we beat them 4-0 in their own backyard not so long ago, they will be looking to take revenge. While Barca want to start 2025 with a trophy win and go for more after the registration drama of Dani Olmo and Po Victor. They are now registered, and Olmo has high chances of starting on Sunday.
What are your thoughts on the game and your predictions for the upcoming El Clasico on Sunday? Comment down below.
Subscribe for more Barca related videos.
Thank you for watching until the end. Goodbye until the next time.